Okay, let's talk about something that almost stopped my whole weight loss journey before it even started. Yep. I went to the doctor with my big old plan. I talked to her. I was ready. I was excited. She looked at me and said, slow down. Boy, was that a sucker punch. I felt that weight of, here we go again. Once again, I'm happy, I'm excited, and someone just stops it right in its tracks. But guess what? Today is day 15. I'm 9 pounds down. I haven't used my inhaler in 14 days. Let's talk about it.
Oh, lavandaMichelle, a little bit of everything.
Hi stars, let's talk, because we are officially 15 days into my 100-day lock-in. And let me just say, it did not go as planned. I had this whole strategy mapped out. 15,000 steps every single day. I had strict micros, focusing on protein and that good old fiber. I was completely locked in. Believe me, I thought I had it all figured out. Let's face it, I did this before. I know exactly what it takes to lose weight. Movement, high protein meals, sleep, hydration. But when I ran this big, beautiful plan by my doctor, let's just say she wasn't exactly on board. And suddenly, my perfect plan is not looking so perfect anymore. And after a few minutes of back and forth, let's just say we came to a compromise. And honestly, I wasn't happy about it, but I did it. 2 weeks later, I'm standing here 9 pounds lighter, and that's not even the biggest victory. So if you ever felt like your body was fighting your ambition, this video is for you, because today we're getting real about what actually works. Welcome back, everyone. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Shell, but most people know me as lavandaMichelle. And this channel is where we talk about high frequency living, health journeys, and building a life we actually want. Right now, I'm on a 15 days of a 100-day transformation challenge. And trust me, it's already been a ride. So, let's talk about this doctor conversation. I told her my plan. 15,000 steps, aggressive calorie deficit. Yes, I'm talking about 1,200 calories exactly. A big 150 gram protein intake and 40 grams of fiber. Yada, yada, yada. The whole thing. And she didn't like it at all. But she did what all good doctors do. She gave me a reality check, and I appreciated it. So we landed on what I felt was a big compromise, but I understood. So my 10,000 steps went to about, my 15,000 steps went to about 6,000 to 7,000 steps. My 1,200 calorie deficit went up to 2,000 calories. My 150 grams of protein went down to 135 grams of protein. And my 40 grams of fiber went down to 25 grams of fiber. And honestly, I agreed to it. But I wasn't thrilled. It felt small. It felt like I would be moving too slow. And I was ready to lock in. A part of me really thought, is this even going to make a difference? I'm bigger than I ever was. But I made a promise to myself. If I hit my protein, if I hit my fiber, and if I hit my step, I was going to trust the process. and stars. The results honestly shocked me. In just 14 days of consistency, I'm down 9 pounds. And it turns out, when you fuel your body with instant good food, instead of fighting it, things start to change. But here's the part that almost made me cry. It was not the weight loss. It's this. I haven't needed my rescue inhaler once in these 2 weeks. And if you ever had to struggle with breathing, you understand the fear that comes with it. Feeling like, am I going to be able to get these steps? Did I leave my rescue inhaler at home? Just making sure it was close by just in case. The feeling when you're walking and suddenly thinks, what if I can't catch my breath? That anxiety, I apologize, stays in the back of your mind. I'm getting a little choked up here. And for the first time in a long time, I'm walking, I'm moving, I'm walking, I'm living without that constant fear. And that's a real victory. This journey isn't just about getting smaller. It's truly about getting stronger. And I'm happy about that part. I really am. Okay, let me regroup. All right, let's get to my step tracker. You guys, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love the Pacer. I have that app on my phone, and I look at it and keep it with me, and I always check my steps daily. Okay, I track my movement every single day. And let's be honest, some days were amazing, other days not so much. Let's run through them. On February 27th, I had 9,076 steps. February 28th, 10,330 steps. March 1st, I had 5,565 steps. On March 2nd, I had 8,438 steps. On March 3rd, I had 7,048 steps. On March 4th, I had 10,030 steps. March 5th, I had 6,726 steps. On March 6th, I had 7,195 steps. On March 7th, I had 10,346 steps. On March 8th, I had 19,283 steps. Wow. And that was a day. On March 9th, I had 4,755 steps. On March 10th, I had 9,234 steps. And here we go. That good old March 11th. I had 2,772 steps. Yes. This North Carolina pollen had me on my butt with all kind of allergy meds. I think I took meds, fell asleep, woke up, did some walking around the kitchen, avoiding the pollen like the plague. I'm talking, I didn't even go outside to get the mail. I looked at the mailman, came back in, and waved there. I usually open the door and say hi. But on that day, I was not going back in that pollen. Whew. Wow, okay. I got through that. But I didn't use my rescue inhaler, which is a shock. I usually, when I'm doing pollen season, it's when my rescue inhaler is like glued to me. I have it on my desk. I have one in the car. I have one in the kitchen. I have one in the bathroom. Because once that pollen come in, it's a wrap for me. And I let my dogs run out in the backyard, and when they come in, that pollen is on them, and I'm running like, okay guys, go, go, go. Zeus and Zero keep me on my toes. So I have to be careful with them during these couple of months, because North Carolina pollen season is definitely a mess. Okay, let me get back on track. Sorry about the sidetrack. Okay, March 12th, it was 11,950 steps. I think I was overcompensating because the small ones I did the day before. But when you add that all together, that's 122,748 steps in 2 weeks. My average was about 8,767 steps a day, which is above what my doctor suggested. And honestly, that proves something important. Even on those messy days, I showed up. And around here, we live by one rule: consistency beats perfection. Now, I promise this journey will be real. So here's the struggle. My sleep has been, let's say, terrible. I'm talking 4 to 6 hours a night. And if you're trying to live a high frequency life like myself, that is not sustainable. So, my next focus isn't just food or steps, it's recovery. Because real transformation requires rest too, right? So, I will intentionally work on getting more of those numbers in the right 6 to 7 range, which I will be discussing in my next video. Okay, so look out for that. But I do have some exciting news. After seeing these first 2 weeks, my doctor gave me the green light to push a little closer to my original plan. So I'll call this phase 2. So I'm going to decrease from what my doctor recommended by 500 calories. So I'll be at a 1,500 calorie deficit. I will increase my protein goals of 150 grams of protein, increase my fiber to 35 grams of protein, and increase my steps to an average 10,000 steps per day, okay? And also, I will be sticking to a 16-8 fasting schedule, which I will discuss in a later video as well. One more thing. Those 7 to 8 hours of sleep will be non-negotiable, okay? I already told my husband I might be turning the lights out early at night. No, bedtime. I'm going to bed. Don't wake me up. Now, I'm not going to lie. 10,000 steps is not a little bit. It can seem very intimidating. But the first 2 weeks proved something to me. I can do hard things. And I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready to push it up slowly, gradually, just on my doctor and myself. I don't want to overdo it, because sometimes when you're on a challenge and you want to make a big change, we tend to go all in. And sometimes going all in doesn't meet what our bodies can do. So I always say, consult your doctor before you make any changes, because I want you to be safe. It might be a little disappointing if you do have to come to a compromise with your doctor, but do it and just stay consistent, and your life will change. I promise you, it will change. Now, I want to hear from you. How are your first 2 weeks going? Drop your wins in the comments. Scale wins, non-scale wins, or even just I showed up for myself today. Because that counts too. If you're on a health journey, hit the subscribe and join our high frequency community. And if you want the recipes for the meals that help me hit my protein goals, I have the morning glow bowl, I have my steak meal, my chicken meal, and a little bit of other stuff at lavandaMichelle.com. The link is in the description. Remember, stay consistent, friends. We've got this. And I'll see you in the next video.
I'm ready to lock in. I don't want it to take 40 years to do this. I need you stars. Let's get through the ups and the downs together. I'm locked in. Are you